Hello, folks, and welcome back to World of Warcraft. Let us continue. The pre-patch content has actually just hit, so I really need to catch up with what I should be doing. It's been a... It was 2 days ago when I last played, for those keeping track at home. 2 days ago. I have till the 21st to get this shit done. That's 10 days.
You are needed in Stormwind on a matter of great urgency and discretion. Come at once and come alone.
No.
King Mechagon's forces threaten us at every turn. Band together and fight back.
Due to the sense of nature of recent events, I must withhold further details until we meet. We must discuss. King Greymane and I await your arrival at King's Rest. Alright. Isn't King's Rest being done away with come Shadowlands, people were saying? It's been replaced by some elf tower. Which is kinda shit. You know, poor, poor former king guy. Varian. After I finish up with here, I'll finish the quest I was doing. Actually, what I should do is head back, get the new quests, then come back and finish. Oh, that's fancy. Encircled Everworm. Probably a Stormount, I'm gonna guess.
What can I do for you?
Power. Our generator is bristling with power. I've never felt so alive.
Stay charged.
So much power to generator. It's beautiful. Stabilize yourself, dear brother. We must continue our project. Of course, dear. Dear sister. You're always correct. The wonder scuttlebutt around town is that charging station in Bondo's yard is going to be repaired today. That charging station is the best way to charge all the empty energy cells that have been piling up in your bag, or in other people's bag, or inside the mechanical innards of robots you don't own but are legally allowed to destroy. Here, 1 second. After you've acquired empty energy cells, help build the charging station and charge all of your empty energy cells. Redistribution of power. Today's experiment is flip through some papers and smiles. My pet project, the NRG dash. The NRG dash 100. I'm quite pleased with the potential improvements I've made to efficiency, potency, and destructivity. The only thing I had to sacrifice was stability. When you're ready to proceed, strap on. Meh. Alright, cable's bugging me. King Mechagon unit in possession of Noragon disk. Data is corrupted. Possession of such data is dangerous. Please aid in recovery of corrupted data fragments that have been discarded via Mechagon waste systems. Deliver corrupted corrupted disk fragment to Data Analyzer Reader for purging.
Please state the nature of your request.
New blueprint.
A nice day. Greetings, user.
They had one of these back in Pandaria, and I actually quite liked it. Sound system. It was free to be used by people who weren't even engineers. So it was handy as an extra little attack. Before King of Mechagon claimed this island, someone else lived here. Bare beneath this filth and garbage is the history of a forgotten people. With your help, we shall learn about these previous inhabitants. Sir Finley's marked the location where he's seen unusual artifacts. Meet him there and see if you can discover any clues.
Oh, hi! Fascinating.
Not sure if I lagged there or was my keyboard twitching out.
Of course.
Sure. Ah! Nearly done this already. Beautiful. Ravenous Rescue. Nukem Norbut. Okay, let us... Scrappy. With the power. Oh, that's precious. Oh, that's back. For now.
Session terminated.
Okay, let's head and do the other people's quests. The war campaign stuff. Oh, Christ, I've got tons of notifications on Twitter. Ton for me. It's mostly other people having me in a conversation, but I welcome it all the same. Okay. Before we can go do the other quests, let's do like the pre-batch stuff, which I will have as a separate series. Let's go down here and do these. Because as far as I know, this was available at the start of 8.3, so I'm not doing things anyway out of order or whatnot.
We fight in the shadows.
In fucking the shade. Palanai, the time has come. We may have defeated Ashara, but we still have to deal with Sylvanas. Though our position is not ideal, we mobilized our available forces and stand ready to finish this war. King Rin wanted me to brief you on the situation before we join him. There have been some interesting developments.
It's Shaw. Matthias Shaw.
I'm getting anxious that something's wrong. Since I put it off for so long, and part of the reason was for saying what I'm about to say, I'm obsessed. It has to be perfect. It has to be right. So I'm paranoid something's wrong. And so I'm nervous in doing it, which makes me put it off more, which makes me more nervous to do it. So if you give me a moment, I'll take a breath, and I'll be back. 6, 7, 8. Alright, let us continue, folks. Begin the briefing, Master Shaw.
The job's not done yet.
Anduin. Sylvanas' actions have threatened us all. And day by day, her power grows. If our world is to survive, we must strike while we still can. Meet with me, and we will speak.
So few.
How many can you provide?
Enough for one final assault. If that fails, we're done. If we end her reign, what kind of war chief will you be?
The horde I joined was birthed in blood. tainted by corruption. The road that led to the Dark Portal was long and wide, paved with the bones of innocence. We called it the Path of Glory. That was the great lie upon which the Horde was founded. That anything we did was honorable. Thrall, Rosen, they were not the true heirs to Blackhand's bloody legacy. Sylvanas Windrunner is.
No. No, this is the Horde. Led by you. Someone who has
Honor. I've never known honor. They deserve more. But the Horde is doomed to be shackled by the chains of the past.
The Horde has no exclusive claim to regrets. Arthas, Dalen. The ghosts of the past haunt us as well.
We could not fill the chasm between the Horde and Alliance if we labored 1,000 years. You know this.
Then what are we fighting for?
Soldiers, on your feet!
Start breaking camp immediately!
Lord Sarfang?
Zakan, where is our home?
Orgrimmar?
Not our city. Our home.
Azeroth.
And ours?
Azeroth.
Right now, there are only two forces in this world that matter. One bent on harming our world.
And one that will protect her.
So, what are we doing?
Breaking the cycle.
Until 2 expansions time when they elect another dictator. The Horde gets handed the villain ball far too much. Which is a shame.
Hello.
Razor Hill again, yeah. WoD all over again. Back in, sorry, not WoD, Pandaria. At the end of Pandaria, just before WoD, Razor Hill was the staging point for the rebellion against Grom's kid, whatever he's called. Grosh. Yeah, Grosh. I kind of always think Grosh is Grom's full name or something. Or was that Gromosh? Whatever. So, yeah, it's... And, Shen Stormstout was there, I remember. Luljin was there. He survived an assassination attempt, just to get murked 2 expansions from now by a random demon. In a cutscene I never got to see, sadly. I was hoping to see it by way of Death Knights? Demon Knights? Demon Hunters. But they didn't get to see it. Their thing deposited them afterwards. So, sadly, I had no way to see that cutscene. Suppose I could have looked it up, but, you know, it's not the same if I don't get to do it. So, let's head to Razor Hill.
Have a good one.
Fair number of forces here. Oh, talk to the engineer.
Can I help you?
We brought the most advanced machinery in our arsenal. I just hope it's enough. Yeah, it's a rejigged tank. Ooh, it's like the raid boss. Or the world boss. Ooh. This is funky. I can trade with these. A corroded evaporator coil. A corroded heat exchange device. It's useless now. My inventory's pretty full up again. There's really... Oh, Lance Guard, Overlord Guard. There's really no point in having trainers anymore. Bar skill resets. Like, that's all they bring. Like, before you had to go to them and buy skill upgrades, as you saw in... why are you only level 45? Like, I know the stat decrease, but it's odd that she's max level. But, as you saw in my classic videos, or if you play classic or whatnot, detector. You could go to trainer. You have to go to trainers to get your skills. What's this? Ah, random wagon. My vision isn't working right now. But yeah, you had to go to trainers to get your skills, but now it's just for resets. No, that's it. Resets your talents and whatnot. She's also pretty good reason to hate the Horde. Remember I was saying about Jaina, the place getting mana bombed and losing all her people? She lost her husband to them. He saved Jaina and died to the blast. Also, this guy was in a little opening cut. I think the cinematic for BFA, and he was became oddly popular. I think there was other content with him in it, but as an Alliance person, you don't see it. So I think Troll's more of a beefcake than he was before. Or, you know, he's bulkier, I swear. Surfang. Oh, we get to see a bit of him in Wrath of the Lich King. I remember reading about it before. He was the guy that... Remember, his son was at the Rat Gate and got killed and rezzed as a commander, a boss on the Lich King side. Varian lets him carry his son away. The Alliance forces were initially going to try and stop him, but Varian, well, related to him as a father. I think he also had a conversation before with someone. There was some quest, and two characters kind of argue a bit. And he brings up the pig farms in Durtar. How, like, veterans like him don't like to be anywhere near them. The squeals of them. But kind of bring back terrible memories. Of children they've slaughtered. Again, I just read it off the wiki, so who knows how accurate my recollections are. At last, Sylvanas will face retribution for Teldrassil. Someday end this cycle of hatred. This is our one only chance. We must stop Sylvanas here now. Where's Saranda? She hasn't responded to my missive since departing for Darkshore, for vengeance has consumed her.
Victory in the light.
Which in some ways will be weird if she isn't here. You know? She would especially want to get vengeance on Sylvanas. Then again, maybe she isn't responding to missives, but is here when just hidden, waiting to strike kind of thing. Thank you for responding with haste. It just took me like 5 months. Your arrival is timely, Palanai. Sylvanas' loyalists have collapsed part of the canyon path to Orgrimmar. We're cut off from our vanguard, and I fear they will be destroyed if we cannot reinforce them quickly. Forces are few in number. We cannot afford to leave them stranded for long. Tink, Master, Overspark, and Gazlow, I believe they have a solution. Hurry, and aid them however you can.
King is only as noble as the
King
cause
Rin,
it
may we speak?
Of course.
Our sister is patient. She knows we have precious few soldiers left. While we lay siege to Orgrimmar, she will whittle away our numbers. But Sylvanas is not the only threat we face. The old god has been freed.
Ah yeah, it's just before the other thing.
Sense his unseen tendrils writhing all around us.
I know, Valyria. What are you suggesting?
Sylvanas commands what may be the only army capable of defeating N'Zoth. For the sake of Azeroth, Perhaps we should stand aside and let her.
Your sister will not fight for us, Illyria. When Sylvanas realized the war was on the cusp of ending, she lured both fleets into Ajara's hands. Not to find victory, but to meet death.
In the end, death claims us all. Etrib told me those were among the last words Sylvanas spoke to Vol'jin.
We cannot wage two wars. Sylvanas must fall. Here. Now. Before all is lost.
It shall be so, my king. Varisa and I will scout her line for weaknesses. Good luck to all of us.
As people made an argument before that Greymane shouldn't have stopped Sylvanas from using the artifact on in Legion. He shouldn't have broken it, because then they would have a great army against the Legion. Here's the thing, though. Well, obviously, it will be in Sylvanas' hands. Secondly, and like beyond any like moral issues of, you know, corrupting a being, enslaving it to your will, she got the artifact off someone that was off of Heya. Heya was either directly yogged or manipulated by someone who was. Can we really trust anything she had to be queen? That's the thought always going through the back of my head. You know? So she corrupts a year and suddenly old god-aligned undead ghost Valkyrie. You know? That's always thought going through my head. So, yeah. With N'Zoth rising, King Rin requests you set aside your differences with the Horde for the good of Azeroth and stand with High Lord Surfang against Sylvanas Windrunner. Oh, there's 4 missions to this left. Chapters, I should say. But yeah, that was the thought I was going through my head. Kind of like, I guess it's kind of spawned off the fan idea that the players actually lost Wrath of the Lich King. Because basically there was some teaming, or like there was some little hints at the end of Wrath that they basically there was some lines repeated, some audio repeated, well, some music repeated during the Yogg fight and Lich King fight, which made people think that maybe Yogg's loss was given to us. Like it was all part of Yogg's plan. Now it's got the Lich, you know, got every Lich King puppet under its control now, or this kind of idea. Yeah, I think on some like subconscious level it's kind of spinning off from that. Feels strange living siege your own city. Second time for me. Fought beside the lines back then too. Veteran traitor, huh? I've never betrayed the Horde. That's why I'm here. Second time for me. My critters are in danger. I must get them to safety. Yeah. Ah, Palanai. You're a perfect candidate to control this magnificent application of Tinkology. We've souped up the Mind Buff 5000 with a few choice improvements. Improvements made possible by my incredible genius. Anyway, this baby should be able to clear out anything in its path. Mines, boulders, and some skulking assassins. That'd be kind of an... Oh, Sound Legion tank right there. That'd be kind of an idiot to just like camped behind boulders though. You'd think they'll be on the crests above it. It's actually a terrible idea to go this way. It'd be probably better cutting across this way. Little longer, but you're not going through a fucking ravine. And how, if you really want to, I think there might be an opening on this side. Or maybe this way. Remote control to it, to the Mind Buff 5000 to annihilate the boulders in your way. Use zaps to name mines, clear the canyon between here and Orgrimmar. Rockside victim. Ooh, cannibalizing it. Ah, bring the traitors to justice. Scum, I'll kill you. You really aren't good at your jobs, are you? Why would you camp down here? I guess to stop them if they came through, but... Oh, nice. I can just plow over. Boss. For the war chief. Die. For the war chief. But I don't know, it just seems... I don't know. Like, again, they should be camped up at the top, taking pot shots. Use its self-destruct button to destroy impassable boulders at the end of canyon. Also, is there even any... I guess they could drop a rope when they need it. Only necessary these things don't grow on trees. Would you look at that? The way is clear. Of course it is. Gnomish thinkology never fails. The day was saved thanks to Thinkmaster Overspark's unmatched ingenuity. Ugh, whatever. Let's get to the front. And none of these actually exist according to the pop-up on the right. I see some draenei though. Ah, truly, the noble griffin takes to the air. Bonk, 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 bonk. It's a happy bird. Oh, wait, you're coming from that side. I like raiders in Warcraft 3. And please, stop running through them. Okay, this is also really obnoxious. I have a headache. It's kind of pissing me off more. Please. Thank you. Let me off this wild hammer ride. Did I have to get this special griffin? Suppose you gotta give it some work. Starting to wonder if I had to go in via the top. Ah, great man.
Our curse is also our greatest gift.
Long have I waited for this moment, Palanai. I will finally claim justice for Liam. For those who don't know or remember, Liam is Greymane's son. He was the prince of Goneas, and threw himself in front of Sylvanas' shot aimed at Gan here. He blocked it with his, get down, Mr. President, dive, and died for it. It was a poisoned bolt. They had no chance of saving him. He died in his father's arms, and Sylvanas just, Saturday morning cartoon villained her way away. Presumably cackling as she went, because she's so often diabolical. So yeah. That's why he has such a hate boner against her, because she murdered his son. Beyond slaughtering his people and everything, she murdered his son right in front of him. He died in his arms. And, well, you don't piss off Papa Wolf here.
Stormwind honors your service to the Alliance.
We may have rejoined the Vanguard, but Sylvanas' forces have been harrying our front line. Saving the siege. In the chaos of the rockslide, Sylvanas dispatched her saboteurs, sneak past their sentries and plant bombs on our siege weaponry. Several of them have already been lost. We can't afford to lose more. Some of the Horde have joined, some Horde have joined forces with us. Many within Orgrimmar will remain loyal to Sylvanas. Saboteurs have infiltrated our ranks and are posing as our technicians. A bomb! Our assassins are working in shadows. Stop any walls you encounter before they can cause any harm. Zurfang maintains the key to taking Orgrimmar. Maintains that the key to taking Orgrimmar is to exploit its multiple points of entry. He's led the city's defense for years and knows its vulnerabilities better than anyone. We were spread thin as it is, but I trust his judgment in this matter. We must also fortify Thunderbluff in case Vaughn's plans are assaulted while our forces are committed here. Deliver these deployment orders to our officers. We will sail all of Orgrimmar's gates at once, while also defending Thunderbluff.
Again, we need you and your best soldiers to flank the city from the western gate.
And leave you here unguarded with them? If I wanted to harm him, I'd have done it in stockades.
No one knows Orgrimmar's defenses better than Saurfang. We need to trust each other if we are to succeed.
Very well. But the Banshee is clever. Dividing our forces might play right into her hands.
True. Traitor! Also, why are you dancing? Drag addicts to the end.
What would you ask?
It's time to end this cycle of hatred. I have deployment orders from Surfang and King Rin.
A single spark can set the world. First Arcanist, we are to shield our forces from magical assault as they lay siege to the city.
A wise decision. We can do so more effectively from higher ground. Lord Admiral, might I ask about the spellcraft you employed at Lordaeron? The levitating warship?
Would you believe me if I told you it was a cold tier and trade secret?
Summoning the ship, perhaps. But as for the enchanted cannons,